On today's episode of Record Pie Versus, we're going to look at a great double album I found recently by one of Britain's great early blues bands in the 1960s. They later became something very different, but they started off as a great blues band. This is an LP called Fleetwood Mac, The Vintage Years, and it's a 2 LP set containing the work of the early Fleetwood Mac, the Peter Green era Fleetwood Mac, long before Stevie Nicks, long before Lindsey Buckingham, back when they were playing songs like Black Magic Woman, which, yes, was a Fleetwood Mac song before it was a Santana song. They recorded some fantastic blues albums. I've been wanting a good compilation of that stuff for a while, so when I found this at my record store, I couldn't wait to bring it home. But when I got it home, I discovered that both of the LPs are substantially warped. So let's take a look at this 2-record set and see if the Record Pie can work a little black magic of its own. Here is the first of the 2 LPs, and pardon me as I haven't had time to clean these records yet, but as we start the disc spinning, we can see that there is definitely a substantial warp, very visible. However, this does not impact the playback of this first disc. As we drop the needle, we can hopefully see and hear that the song does play correctly. This is the lovely Albatross, one of my favorite early Fleetwood Mac tracks. It does not skip, but that's quite a warp. Let's see if the Record Pie can do anything to help us. After a couple of hours on the Record Pie, we check again. And immediately after we start the record spinning, we notice that the record is much flatter. The warp, while still there, is much less pronounced. And as we hopefully can hear, the lovely Albatross continues to play. And although I may be able to get this a little flatter with some more time on the Record Pie, this is good enough for now. I just wanted to give the stylus a little less of a workout as it rode that warp. Disc 2, unfortunately, is a little more of a challenge, because although Disc 1, even though it was warped, played successfully, here's what happens when we drop the needle on Disc 2. Yeah, that's enough of that. So hopefully the Record Pie can help us smooth this warp out enough so that we can enjoy this fine record. All right, after a couple of more hours on the Record Pie, we'll give it another try. Immediately again, we can see that the record looks flatter once we start it spinning, but let's see how it sounds. Definitely sounds like a success to me. The stylus isn't skipping anymore, and while we can still see a warp, it's good enough. The point of the Record Pie, as we know, is to make the record playable, not necessarily perfect. And once again, the Record Pie performs admirably. So glad I picked one up, and I encourage you to do the same if you have not. Don't think we're done with the Record Pie yet, though, because just today I found out that a Thelonious Monk album I have is also warped. So we're going to take a look at that in a future video and see if Record Pie can save the day again. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will chat with you again soon.